So your golf course, the Abu Dhabi National Course, recently the Abu Dhabi Golf Championship was there. How do you feel about that? It's showcasing a great event now and you designing the course. Does it make you feel proud?
Sure. I mean, any golf course which is, showcased makes you feel proud. Of course it does. Abu Dhabi has a long history as well. When we built it, I could write a whole book about Abu Dhabi. But I'm very glad that they do have the Abu Dhabi Championship on there. I was very scared or concerned the fact that they were going to move it to the Gary Player one. But apparently now they're going to keep it there for the next 2 years, which makes me very, very proud, of course. And that iconic clubhouse at the time when we had the idea of actually designing that, everybody criticised it and said, what a load of rubbish and all that. But that is actually an incredible building that is flashed all over the world. Everybody recognises Abu Dhabi by that clubhouse. Abu Dhabi was a complete flat, salt flat. It was white with salt. In fact, the municipality levelled it for us before we actually started. And so technically we had a lot of problems there, but we managed to solve them, and I think we've produced a good product out of a salt flat, basically.
So when you see the cream of the European players sometimes tearing up your course, scoring well, does it make you want to change any of the holes?
No, because it's pretty long anyway. The reason that they actually tore it up is I think a bit harsh, but quite honestly, the reason is because the rough was very forgiving. In Doha, where the rough was not forgiving, and in the Emirates Cup where the rough was not forgiving, then the scores were not that high or low, whichever way you look at it. But as far as I'm concerned, if Abu Dhabi did the same thing and overseeded the roughs and let it grow, it would be the same. Pros don't like narrow fairways. Give them narrow fairways and a hard rough, and then they've got problems, especially if the course is long. And when I designed it 20 years ago, 6,600 meters or something, I mean, I said to myself, this is crazy. People are going to kill me. And look at it now, it's not too long at all, Don't forget it was designed 20 years ago.
So what are your thoughts on the expansion of the UAE golf scene in general?
I have no clue. It's pretty difficult. I haven't got a crystal ball. So it's very difficult to say. I mean, I'm sure a lot of the projects that were sustainable at that time are going to continue. I'm sure they're going to bring them back off the shelves, and they're going to continue. There were some projects that were not sustainable at the time anyway, so those I think will be scrapped.
Where do you see development going in regards to the amount of golf courses? Do you think more will be built after that, or just it will stop at that?
In the UAE?
Yeah.
I think it's going to stop there, quite honestly. I don't really think that there are going to be. Don't forget there's about another 10 courses all in all that are either on the shelves or might be built. And I think, with 10 courses more, the UAE will have enough golf courses, quite honestly. What they need, actually, is public courses. They need pay-and-play courses. That's what they need. Not another championship course. We just have a lot of damn championship courses. We have enough championship courses in the UAE. They should build public pay-and-play courses. That's what they should concentrate on.
So, what do you think of the Desert Swing as a sort of leg of the European Tour? It's been very exciting, this specific one, because of the Dubai World Championships. Every single event has ended, with quite a good finish. So, what's your thoughts on them?
Well, I mean, I think the Desert Swing is great, especially as out of 3 courses, 2 are mine. So I think it's a great event. I mean, I went to all of them. I go the last day. I went to Dhabi, I went to Doha, I went to Dubai. And I think it's great. I think the buzz is great, and I think it's a great idea that they've having them one after the other. I think it's, and I know people actually follow all 3 tournaments. Actually go to all 3 of them. I think it's fantastic. It's fantastic for golf. It's fantastic for the UAE. It's fantastic for the Middle East. I think it's great.
So finally, are you a golfer yourself?
I used to be a golfer. I used to play a 5 handicap. Yes, unfortunately, I could never go below 5. In fact, I played 1 under par once in my life. That's all. Never had a hole in one either, and I've been playing since I've been 6 years old. So you'd think, and unfortunately, I've always had a very, very big back problem, and the doctors told me 30 years ago, stop playing, because otherwise it's going to go, and it did go 3 years ago, and I've never been in so much pain in my life. I was operated on, and I was told, stop it. I can't swing it anymore, I can't hit the driver the way I want anymore, so I've stopped it completely. I've left it up to my son now, he plays for me.
So if you could have a 4-ball of anybody, particular golf stars, non-golfing stars, who would it be?
It will be the 4-ball that I had originally when we first started off at the Majlis, you know, and there was, I remember Barry, Jackie Barry, and I think the other was Roger Hedford. And in fact, you know, we can't remember who the 4th ball was, you know. He couldn't have been very good or anything. I think golf is a fun game. And as far as I'm concerned, it's become too much of an industry. It's become too serious. It's become, you know, we used to have a 6-pack at the back of the trolley, and you know, and it was fun. And I think, you know, that's what it's all about, you know, 4 guys or 2 ladies and 2 guys, you know, playing golf together and having fun. I think that's very, very important. I don't like these sort of very competitive things, you know, where you sort of line up a putt for I don't know how long and this and that and the other, and wiggle on the tee for, you know, concentrate. I agree, when you get to single figures and you're sort of 1 scratch and below, you have to do it, because you have to concentrate in golf. And maybe that's the reason I never got below 5 handicap. I never took it too seriously, actually. I think you got to have fun at golf.
Okay, Peter, thank you for your time.
Did I mention it? It was a pleasure.